Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the analysis or report from the region of Kostyantynivka, New-York, Toretsk, Mayosk, Ozarianivka, Kurdyumivka, Dyliivka, depend on how you recognize this place. So I guess you probably know where are we now. Further up north is Bakhmut. So are you orientated now? So this New York City and Kostyantynivka. These are the major points. And we previously have reported. We know that the Russians have captured Mayosk, and they have pushed out from Mayosk towards Druzhba as well as at Pivnichne. And on top of this, there is also reports over the past 2 days that they have been pushing for Zalizne, and the current situation at Sumy is unknown. We do not know if Sumy is actually under Russian or Ukrainian control. In our mapping, it is under Ukrainian control. We will put it as it is tentatively until we have other information. And as you can see that in the New York region or Toretsk region, these are actually pre-war or pre-Ukraine wars entrenchment. These are the entrenchment that has been set up by the Ukrainian forces against the rebel forces from Donbass. And now this is extremely heavily entrenched, like superly heavy entrenched with defense network that are crisscross and are able to support each other, defending the city of New York. And as such, we do not really see much of Russian advance in this region to try to penetrate into New York, because it's kind of silly to actually try to go straight through all these defenses. It's not going to work, and which is why we are not seeing that fighting is actually more around the New York region. And further up north, we previously reported that the forces from Mayosk help out in the invasion of Ozarianivka, and after the capture of Ozarianivka, the Russian forces is now pushing westward and towards Dyliivka. And the past 2-3 days, we have seen fighting around Dyliivka, and the forces from Kurdyumivka is pushing westward. Fighting is reported west of Kurdyumivka, and they are pushing towards Bila Hora. And further up north, this area, this is Andriivka, and Andriivka, there is also fighting as the Russian forces is trying to push out of this town. And so this is the situation now. This how it looks like now. There's Ukrainian entrenchment, heavy entrenchment around Ozarianivka, and there's all this pre-war entrenchment that is definitely a threat. And I believe that there's definitely going to be more of this all around that is newly built after the war started. Dyliivka is currently being fought over. The Russians are trying to capture this, and why? So now the question is, what is actually happening now? I want to point to you this city over here, Kostyantynivka. This one. Kostyantynivka is very similar to Bakhmut. They are actually a hub. As you can see, the communication routes are coming out from Kostyantynivka towards Toretsk and towards New York. They can also go by this way, although the other way is actually a lot faster because it is the highway. And Toretsk, and go to the front to Druzhba and Dashne. This is how it links up all, and it actually goes towards Sumy, and these are the communication lines. And the other highway, this way, it goes up to Bakhmut. This way south, it can go down south to the areas south of New York. And however, between here, this area here, there isn't really major roads connecting other than the only one that is around here. So there is only one more or less major road linking up these two tentacles. So these tentacles from Kostyantynivka mainly serve the New York Toretsk region, and as you can see, reinforcement is likely to come from reach Kostyantynivka probably through train and through major road. There used to be a lot of trains going to Kostyantynivka. I'm not sure if the trains are still working now. And from Kostyantynivka, then they will actually go down the road and reinforce the area of Toretsk and New York. So the reinforcement is not very convenient to come from the other areas to go to New York. So Kostyantynivka is the hub. It is what the Bakhmut used to be when Popasna is still under siege by the Russian forces, and Bakhmut is the one that keeps up the entire eastern front, that help to hold and reinforce and resupply the entire Ukrainian forces around the Luhansk region. And now that I explained the importance of this supply route, this communication route, I believe you already know what I'm going to say next. The Russians' objective is now Bila Hora, sorry, wrong color, Bila Hora and Dyliivka, and they're going to push further to Alexandro Shutini, and then they will actually go south. They'll go up definitely to try to blockade Kostyantynivka. They'll try to capture Pivnichne and cut this road here. They'll go up to try to block, to put pressure on Kostyantynivka, put up artillery which they can actually shell over. And the most important thing is that with the capture of this town or this village, they can actually cut the road, the resupply route here. They will definitely push for these towns, these small villages, Pivnichne, and this another, I think it's Zelenopilia. I don't know what's Zelenopilia. I covered that. Let me see. Ivanopilia, sorry. So, and Ivanopilia. So this is likely to be what they're going to do. And once these roads are all totally, engulfed in combat, or at least, fire control, the entire Ukrainian force in this region here will be in deep trouble. They will have to make a major decision. Do they hold position and risk encirclement by the Russian forces going around like this, or do they do a major withdrawal out to a new defense line, probably around here? Let me zoom in so I draw nicer. Alexandro Kalinove and Romanivka. But the thing is, this is also very hard decision, because the entire region here is not so entrenched as per this area, which is much more defendable. So the Ukrainians are going to risk a lot to hold this line. They are going to send reinforcement this way to Bila Hora and Dyliivka. They will have to hold this line, and they will have to continue to hold a strong defensive position all along the train track. There's a train track here. They'll have to hold the position here to make sure that the Russians do not have a chance to just do the shortcut and penetrate through, and at least force them to go through the towns, go around. So this is the situation. Looks very complicated now, but I know you guys love the arrows. But yeah, so this is the play the Russians are now playing from this area, based on my own analysis. All this fighting over here at Druzhba or Pivnichne, this area here, these are all just diversionary. If you ask me, they will continue to push, perhaps even through Shumi. They'll continue to push, and then to force reinforcement into this area, to force more Ukrainian forces into here. so that they can be now then trapped into this pocket where they will be either forced into a surrender or forced into a impossible situation where they have to make the hard decision and have to retreat under fire. And if they come to this area as well, should they come here, they will not be able to reinforce Bakhmut. They will not be able to go to Bakhmut, especially with the fighting continue to flank out in this region here. The communication route remaining is actually through Kostyantynivka, and if fighting around here, it will make it so inconvenient for the Ukrainian forces to actually reinforce Bakhmut through Kostyantynivka. So there's a lot of implication coming in this region, which is actually very neglected because all the focus is now on Bakhmut, but Kostyantynivka is another Bakhmut. Just that Bakhmut now went from a major important communication hub or reinforcement resupply hub to now it becomes the front line, and Kostyantynivka becomes the new Bakhmut, where Bakhmut used to do to be the supply hub. And this is the situation here over at this region. I'm not even sure what to call this region. Kostyantynivka, Mayosk, Toretsk-NiuYork, region. And this region is going to be very, very important for the Ukrainians. Like seriously important. It's way more important than what most pro-Ukrainians or most people would have realized. Cutting off Kostyantynivka from Bakhmut would make reinforcement of Bakhmut and incredibly difficult. That means reinforcement must come from Kramatorsk, and it will also cut off the lifeline to Toretsk and New-York. So anyway, this is hope you enjoy this. It's been a long time since I draw these arrows for you guys, and yeah, that's it. Please press the like button. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Like you really need to subscribe, especially if you are a regular watcher of my reporting. You must subscribe so that YouTube will actually bring new viewers to the channel. And press the like button so that you are basically telling YouTube to share this to someone else. Like button is very, very important. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next update.